One day there is another man, he got born again. And he went to a church, to these nominal churches, these very organized, quiet churches where everybody is well behaved and polished. But him, every time the pastor preached, he would feel very moved and he would shout a loud amen. And he would shout, but there were people, especially some of the elders there, that were feeling that these amens are a bit cumbersome. He's shouting too much. He's attracting too much attention to himself. But you see, this man was thankful to the Lord who had saved him from drugs and from destruction, and he was now on his path to recovery. And every time the pastor preached, he would shout, amen, amen, amen. One elder got a hold of him. He told him, now, we want to agree with you. He asked about this guy. He found out that this was a struggling guy. Even in his house, he did not have a blanket. So he told him, now let us agree. Your amens are a little bit cumbersome in the house of God. So what we do, when you come to church on Sunday, don't say an amen. Keep quiet for the entire service. Even when the pastor is preaching a good point, just keep quiet. And if you manage to do that, I will buy you a blanket. And it was going towards July like now. And the guy didn't have, he was tempted. So he came to church and he remained very organized. The pastor was preaching and the pastor was preaching. He preached and he gave a very powerful point. This man stood up and he said, amen. He remembered the blanket. He kept quiet and he sat down. The pastor continued preaching. The pastor continued preaching. The pastor preached another point. This man stood up and he said, hey. He remembered the blanket again. The pastor continued preaching. The pastor continued preaching. He gave another powerful point. This man stood up and said, amen. With or without a blanket, amen. With or without a blanket, the name of the Lord must be praised. And he sat down. I have come to tell somebody here today, with or without a blanket, take your ministry to the next level. With or without a blanket, take your praising to the next level. With or without a blanket, take your giving to the next level. With or without a blanket, take your intercession to the next level. Somebody say amen. Tell your neighbor, with or without a blanket. We are going to the next level. Somebody say amen. Our service to the Lord must go to the next level. If you are here and you are just in the house of God and you don't do anything, you sit down there, even your sitting, we must take it to another level.